Hey, nonprofit marketing nerd. Give me just a second and we'll make sure if you are joining, go ahead and let me know where. Oh no, let me do better. Okay, the good thing is it does look like we are live on LinkedIn, which I forgot to move it on mute LinkedIn. So sorry for if you heard my voice twice, but this is kind of what we're showing up for. Ironically, is to talk about the garbage post challenge, which I'm super excited about sharing with you. I do think if a nonprofit or nonprofit professional were to implement this, really be transformative for their social media presence. So I'm going to share with you a little bit more about what that is, but I want to start with a story. And actually, I have all these notes, and I'll show like this is my quote script. So this is my script. You could see like my not so beautiful handwriting. When I was in high school, a couple times, some teacher goes, "Some boy didn't put his name on his paper." So that's the beauty of what we're talking about today is imperfection. So there's my something I'm a little bit insecure about, which is my handwriting that I do post publicly, and I don't spend any extra time. So there you go. Um, anyway, right as I was hopping on, I realized I have one story I want to tell you that really grounds what the challenge is. Um, and really will help humans, but especially nonprofit professionals do better and level up their social media marketing. But first, I want to tell you because I think it helps you understand like how I first learned about this challenge. So I was, for those of you that don't know, my partner, he is from born and bred Mexico City, very much a city boy, and so we do kind of bounce around where we're living and are very much based in the U.S. and Mexico. And I have a girlfriend, June A, who she and I hosted Women in Business Masterminds in Playa del Carmen, and then she was hosting a business mastermind in Mexico City, sitting at a table. That being said, and if this sounds so foreign to you and you're isolating, like it's just another location, okay? It just happens to be Mexico City. So I'm sitting at this business mastermind, that's men and women, and we're sitting in a table of four. So just four people out from out there all around the universe. And oh, I'm gonna botch this and she's gonna get mad. One of the women is an amazing professional, and I don't know the exact space. I don't understand the exact space, but like design life, like numerology, but more complex coach. And she was a previous lawyer, developed out her business, and is really has a pretty successful niche coaching service partnering with businesses. And she's one-on-one, a very kind person, or whatever, for group of four. She's a very kind person. She's a very authentic person. Um, I felt like even though I don't quite understand what she does, and I'm not really seeking that, like a little curious about what she did. I mean, it's because how she was showing up in real life. And then you look at her social media presence, and she was talking about this, and she's like, I just don't really want to. And so I end up posting stuff that I know isn't that great, that I know it's overly perfect. And I take all this time and think and think and think, and I just can't get myself to post, and I don't really enjoy it. And another guy sitting at that same table said, have you heard about the garbage post challenge? And so that's what I'm here for the next 16 minutes. That's how much we have left of these 20-minute power sessions. For the next 16 minutes, I will be nerding out with you all about the garbage post challenge that I actually just learned about and I think will be transformative. I just learned about 6 months ago and I think will be transformative for you. And actually, if you stick till the end, I'll make a promise to you so you can kind of follow along and see what happens when someone implements this. For those that don't know me, hi, my name is Kelly. I am the nonprofit marketing nerd, and I teach nonprofits how to level up their marketing and storytelling online. And if you look over here, oh, I can't point right. If you look over here, this is the second of what will be many nonprofit marketing mastery power sessions. These are quick 15 to 30-minute sessions where I'll be bringing in industry experts and nonprofit professionals just like you to nerd out about all things nonprofit marketing and really to help you not feel alone and isolated, to give you the resources and tools you need to spread the mission and vision of your organization, get people to know about and care about you, and act. So that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm all about. And I am especially about helping you do marketing more efficiently and effectively. And often that means just showing up. And that's what the Garbage Post Challenge is all about. So again, I'll be looking at my notes a little, and I'm sorry, but a little bit about the Garbage Post Challenge. So again, this man was talking about like, this sounds kind of curious. And the challenge is super, super simple. Post 100 pieces of content in 30 days, and the content must include words. That's it. No other stipulations. You might be like, well, that's not a real challenge. Like 100 pieces of content must include words like, oh, Kelly, whatever. And this challenge was originally created so before you dismiss it, this challenge was originally created by Simone Seol, who has a $6 million coach's business. And people pay her to get this advice, and she decided to give it out for free. And here I am giving it to you for free. Again, 100 pieces of content, 30 days, keep track of it. And this does a variety of things. I'm going to look at my notes to make sure I don't miss any core pieces I want to share with you. So honestly, I think you might be like, what? That's so simple. I think this challenge is genius, especially when it's applied to nonprofit or nonprofit professionals. Why? I really see in my work partnering with nonprofits to do marketing and then teaching you how to do your own marketing better and teaching nonprofit professionals how to just show up and be. There's one key thing that is always, people say it's time. We don't have enough time. We don't have enough time. We don't have enough time. Time is not the primary barrier to effective marketing. The primary barrier to effective marketing in the nonprofit space, also, it's not that you don't have any great ideas. It's not that you don't really know what you're doing or have no skills. It's that you're a perfectionist. And for most humans, social media and showing up and taking up space in the world, like I'm doing right now when I'm talking to you, it's a very scary thing. And so for a lot of nonprofit professionals and nonprofit organizations, there's a lot of, I don't want to say self-deprecating, negative self-talk, but there's a lot of, well, I don't know, maybe this post isn't good enough. Maybe our mission, for better or worse, like maybe because, we had this happens sometimes, because we have this internal service related issue, we might want to figure that out before we talk about our organization again. We don't feel confident and want to take up space. And even if we do feel confident in what's behind closed doors with our organization service or with us as human beings, and we do want to take up space, then we overanalyze each post. And that's what this Garbage Post Challenge does. 100 pieces of content, 30 days. And a piece of content can be anything, right? It can be a story. It can be a video. So here you go, this video, 1. I promoted this video on Instagram, 2. I posted a story about it, 3. I posted another story about how I accidentally clicked reply all to Socialism Purposes webinar and spammed all of her webinar attendees, 4. That's already 4 pieces of content. Afterwards, I'm going to send out a reminder about this, 5. So again, that's 5 of the 100 right there. But I really have to have a commitment to show up authentically and not being overly prescripted and boxy in order to get it done for 30 days. And I have to show up consistently for 30 days. And I think this is genius, honestly. Like if I could force all of my nonprofit clients to do this, I really think it would be transformative for their marketing, the mission and vision of their organization. And if I could force every executive director or major gifts officer to start to see themselves as thought leaders in their space and to show up, I'm telling you, you wouldn't even have to be hunting down donations. People would understand your mission, they'd connect with you, and they'd be coming to knock on your door. And that's what the Garbage Post Challenge, if you do it, I suspect will be the end result. The other thing the Garbage Post Challenge does I talk about this a lot that, and I guess I talk about it a lot because it's so important, is especially in the nonprofit space where we wear a lot of hats and no one is really trained to do one thing. Like, I was not a marketing major. I was also not a fundraising major. I also started off in program delivery as the director of adult education at a community college. So I, like you, probably had to learn to do all these things by kind of failing forward and exploring and taking some classes and like bootstrapping the crap out of things, right? Like let's be honest, that's what we did. And I think the other thing this does, it forces you as a person or you as an organization to find your voice through exploring. So we often want to we think that um, we can just think and think and think and think and think and think and think enough and our doors closed and genius will occur. But often your social media becomes better by like most skills by doing, right? You're like developing a muscle when it comes to social media. You need to start doing and then eventually it'll come better. So think about it. Instead of doing 2 posts a week, if you do let's say 2 pieces a week for 4 weeks is what? 8 posts? Instead of doing 8 posts, like 2 posts on Facebook once a week for 4 weeks, that's 8 posts. Instead of doing 8 posts, you're doing 100. Think about how much quicker you are developing that muscle of telling your organization story, of sharing yourself, of perfecting your voice and really finding the voice of your organization by expediting that. And I will tell you, people are like, oh no, people might get sick of me, or our organization's not that important, or we're too serious. What would we even say? If you're saying, what would we even say, and you really believe it, you maybe shouldn't be the person holding the hat because if you're really in charge of marketing, you should have all these ideas of what to say and you just can't figure out how to like make it perfect. So this helps you not focusing on making it perfect and just focusing on throwing it out there. So again, it helps you develop the muscle of better social media marketing. And again, and look, I'm not going to delete this because I kind of got tongue tied. It helps you find your voice. It most importantly helps you get over that perfectionism and negative self talk and the over dissecting each social media post. But I think, yeah. So anyway, that's the challenge. And how exactly, like, this again was originally created by a coach of life coaches. But I truly believe this is a fundamental tool. I think it's a tool more than it's a challenge. Fundamental tool any nonprofit professional could use to really level up their marketing and connection and voice in the world. And it helps you take up space and feel confident in what you do. And I will tell you, if you are an executive director or the only development person in your organization or anything community relations, and you're like, Kelly, this doesn't pertain to me. This is not what I do. Welcome to 2024, where social media matters, and welcome to the post COVID world, where I think YouTube's gonna de-rank this video because I said that word. Welcome to this world where showing up online and connecting is now the space where people make connections. So it's important to do that. Let's see. The other thing for organizations, sorry, I'm here are my notes. The other thing, and again, I can't even read my own handwriting that well. I don't know if you can see it. So the other thing for organizations that I think you should be aware of, I have 6 minutes left, is that sometimes we think that, oh, but that's marketing for people. Organizations should be showing up as much as possible, and I would argue as imperfectly as they feel like they're able to. So, if you haven't watched my video on YouTube, it's going to go kind of like mini viral, and I think it's going to continue to skyrocket about why nonprofits should stop using Canva for their social media. We need to stop showing up too perfectly and start to show up more authentically. And this challenge helps you do because you don't have the time to create all this perfection. Like if you're spending, I just spent 3.5 hours, I just spent 3.5 hours on one carousel. one Instagram carousel that maybe got 17. And I said, don't pay attention to it. But if I was spending that much time on one carousel and all 100 of my posts were like that, then it would be more than my full-time job, right? But the truth is, that's probably the most I've spent on a social media post in, I don't know, months. I probably spent less on long form YouTube videos. But it gets you used to those things. And I'm going to ramble on. But there you go. That is the garbage post challenge. And one final thing I want to share with you. Now it is February 8th, especially if you're catching this on replay. Now it's February 8th. Me, the nonprofit marketing nerd, will be doing the garbage post challenge starting on Monday for 30 days, 100 pieces of content, words count. I need words. That can be said words, typed words, whatever. That's it. 100 pieces of content. I'll be tracking it and sharing with you my progress and kind of sharing with you how I felt afterwards. I will be doing another live checking in about the garbage post challenge. If you're thinking of doing the garbage post challenge and this really resonates with you, whether you are doing social media for an organization and really need that boost to find the grittiness and reality of your nonprofit and to just show up, or if you're a nonprofit professional and should be a thought leader in your space and you haven't shown up yet, please, please, please shoot me a DM. I would love to support you as I'm doing it myself. If you want to do it too, go ahead and join me. If you're watching this video on replay and you want to do it, and I've already done it, make sure to check my other videos about the garbage post challenge that once they happen, I will put them down below. But again, that is Simone Soul's garbage post challenge that I think is a great tool for nonprofits. And thank you so much. Well, I have the best parts coming after this. Thank you so much for attending this Nonprofit Marketing Mastery Power Session. Super excited to see you all here. And I want to let you know, kind of taking the next step with the garbage post challenge. Next week, I have Ryan Smith coming to join me as my expert guest in the Nonprofit Marketing Mastery Power Session. And we are going to be talking about all things authenticity. And really, is it a buzzword? Is it dead? What does it mean? What does it mean for nonprofit marketing? What does it mean on social media? And how can you be authentic and professional? And for Ryan and I, she and I went to college together. We grew up in the generation where there used to be this huge, this is my professional hat, this is my personal hat. They are totally different things. And right now, all of this has become kind of muddled in one, which I think is for the best. But we'll talk a little bit about that as well. So make sure to check out next week, same exact place, same exact time, every Thursday at noon Eastern Standard Time. You can check out another 20-minute nonprofit marketing mastery power session. Thanks for joining me. Thanks for dealing with my tech chaos. And I look forward to seeing you next week.